Week 2, Coding in Python. This week I used SoloLearn to code. SoloLearn is a really cool platform that you can use to learn any coding language. This week I focused on functions and modules and exceptions in files. If I go into one of my files and click on some of this, you will see that there's some information here, and if I hit continue, I have to answer the question. So which line of code writes hello world to a file? So I have to go in here. It's going to be this bottom one, file.write hello world, press it, and it'll tell you if you're correct, and you can also go in and search comments on it. I like using SoloLearn. It is a little bit more in depth. I have to be reading the information and applying that information to the questions that it is asking. It is a little bit more in depth than the next one I will show you. But overall, if someone else is interested in learning how to code, I would definitely recommend checking out SoloLearn. Pi is another app that I am using on my iPad, and it is focusing on challenges very similar to SoloLearn with all the different pieces of Python. One of the reasons why I like to use Pi is because it is an app on my phone or my iPad. It is super easy that I can pull out wherever I have a couple minutes, and I can easily get some coding in. So I purchased a course on Udemy last week during my first week of coding, and I felt like it was okay at the start, but I then realized that it's a lot of just video watching. For me, I am not that type of learner to sit and just watch a video. I get too easily distracted, so I need to have something that's a little bit more hands-on. So I am diverting away from my automate the boring stuff with Python, and I am going to go back to a little bit more hands-on stuff. So this week, I decided to take a look at Arduino.
An Arduino is a microcontroller that can control many different things, such as lights and motors. This is a very basic intro activity in which I had to code to turn on a light. You can create a lot of cool things with an Arduino. Just a quick internet search will show you some of the cool things. One thing that I found is you can set up an Arduino to tweet every single time your cat goes through the pet door, or you can set it up so when your alarm goes off in the morning that it will stir your cup of coffee. However, I didn't realize that Arduino at the start doesn't use Python, and I feel like I need to learn how to use the Arduino using the Arduino language rather than jumping into the Python language, which is the next step. This week I had a lot of repetitive practice with all the different programs that I am using, and I think this is going to be extremely helpful just with learning the language and repeating that. Next week, what I am hoping to do is looking at YouTube to find some tutorials that I can follow along to.